So we're down here in Memphis in May 2011 with Ray Lampe, Dr. Barbecue. Ray, how long have you been cooking KCBS style contests?
Well, I've actually been cooking. I cooked a rib contest in 1982, so this will be 30 years of cooking barbecue contests. KCBS 1991, so that's 20 some years, but this is my first time at Memphis in May.
So after all of those years, what made you decide to try Memphis style competition barbecue?
Well, I actually cooked a couple of Memphis style way back in the day because there didn't used to be that many contests. We cooked where we could. But I've gotten away from it for 15 years or so. But Memphis in May is the big deal. You know, it's a big event. Everybody should be here. I've been here a bunch of times to see it and do demos and stuff. And it was something sort of on my bucket list. You always got to come cook Memphis in May. Yeah, it's different than what I'm used to doing, but boy, I know how to cook ribs, so I should be fine here.
And you got turn-ins tomorrow. Memphis in May's a little different than traditional contests. You actually have to do on-site judging after you turn in your blind box. You nervous about that? You feel good?
No, I'm not worried about the on-site judging at all, the actually talking to the judges. That's really what I do for a living these days. I do more talking to people than I do cooking barbecue, so I'm kind of backwards than most people. I'm more worried about getting my ribs right than I am about talking to the judges. I am not going to make up some spiel about my granddaddy teaching me how to cook a hog and that kind of nonsense. I'm going to tell them how to cook barbecue, how I cook those ribs, why I made that rub at home. Here's my 5 cookbooks. I wrote these 5 cookbooks. This rub recipe that you're about to try comes out of this book here. And I know how to cook barbecue. I know how to create recipes. And this is authentic, genuine, made just for you barbecue. So I'm confident with that kind of rap, I don't have to come up with a bunch of BS for it.
I think you're going to hold your own. And speaking of competition barbecue, what is your greatest competition barbecue memory?
You know, it's funny, well, there's a lot of them, but one I'm going to share with you is a really good one. In 1998, I was cooking KCBS, and I was really starting to come into my own. I had won a couple of grand championships, and I kept seeing this fella, John Willingham, floating around, and he'd come over and say hi, and I didn't know him real well. He was a Memphis in May guy more than I thought at the time, but he was nice. Always would come by and be nice to me. I was the new guy, and he was the old guy. And I'll never forget, in 1998, I was at the American Royal, and I come in 3rd overall, which is a huge deal. And I'm coming off the stage, Gary Wells hands me this big trophy, and I'm coming off the stage with this big trophy, and the first guy there to meet me and congratulate me was John Willingham. Now, fast forward 15 years, I'm here at Memphis in May. John Willingham, I see John once in a while, but John Willingham, I later learned who he really was. John Willingham is the man. He's been cooking in Memphis here. I don't know if you talked to him, I think like 30 years he's been cooking at Memphis in May. He's won it a bunch of times. He's the only guy that ever won Memphis in May and the American Royal the same year. This is, I mean, unheard of to even try. And I'll never forget coming off that stage and John Willingham sticking his hand out and congratulating me. And it's a great memory, especially here at Memphis in May, because John's over there and I went and said hi to him. You know, he's really the man here. It's all about, I mean, he goes back to the beginning of time here, and to have him have been so nice to me when I was a new guy, I'll always remember that.
So, all those years cooking competition barbecue, what's your worst memory?
Oh gosh, I don't know that there is any. It's always a good time. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the judges don't like what you turned in, but you always have a lot of fun. One of the great things about competition barbecue is it's not me against my neighbor Mike here from Canada or these guys here who are from Memphis. It's not me against them. It's all of us against the judges. So even if I win or I lose and they win or they lose, I'm never going to be mad at them. I might be mad at that judge, but what the heck, you know, he just had a bad day. He didn't know what good food was. I'm still going to be here and have a good time.
And you'll be like John Willingham, going up and congratulating them if the guy next door wins tomorrow.
Well, I will. I certainly will, and I would be compared to John Willingham is quite a compliment.
Last question for you, sir. For somebody who's thinking about jumping into the competition barbecue game, what's the one word of advice that you would
do? It. Jump in. You know that you can read the internet and read all the books you want, but until you go there and understand, experience the camaraderie, go on a Friday afternoon when the guys are setting up and just kind of casually hanging around, talk to some folks, get a little bit of background, and then the next time there's one near your town, sign up and go out there and cook. Oh, you may get beat up that first one, but you're going to learn a lot and you're going to have a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. Good luck at your first Memphis in May.
Thanks, Clint.
And we will check in tomorrow and see how you did. I'm sure you're going to do all
We got our fingers and our toes crossed.
Excellent. Take care. Get back to work.